请进入设置校对。
As I've said before, Indian food would be my only option if I were forced to become a vegetarian or a vegan. With Indian food, you can temporarily forget to distinguish whether it's meat or not. Indian cuisine has always been one of my favorites. Not only because I have visited India several times, but also because naan is one of the items I cannot make well by myself. I had heard about the Bombay Frankie company for a long time, mostly from restaurant review articles and YouTube channels, especially inside the food. I was aware that it had been located inside a gas station, selling Indian Mexican food. What an interesting combination. Indian naan-wrapped burritos and Indian naan-holding tacos. Can you imagine that? It reminds me of the crispy nori-holding taro-style shrimp tempura at Kura Revolving Sushi. However, I wondered if Culver City was too far for me. I'm not the type of person who can drive for hours just to chase a celebrity restaurant. The only chance for me to go there would be if I were on my way to Lex to pick someone up. That opportunity came yesterday when I had an airport appointment for some reason. I had a chance to walk alongside Venice Beach and visit the Indian restaurant. I set Google Maps to navigate me to the restaurant. It was only 5 miles away, but the app indicated it would take about 20 minutes to drive there. I learned that the restaurant was no longer inside the gas station, but had to move to a Westfield. I saw Westfield on the right side as I drove to the end of Marina Freeway, but I had to turn left and left again to get to the entrance of Westfield. When I drove straight through the parking area, the first thing I saw was the Bombay Frankie company. It was located at the best spot, not just one of the best, but the absolute best of the best, but the absolute best. You couldn't avoid seeing it. It was right at the beginning of the building through the parking lot. It was completely different from the Indian restaurant I had envisioned. Instead of being a gas station, it was a modern restaurant inside a shopping mall, only facing the outside rather than being a booth in the mall. One big TV was playing the YouTube channel Inside the Food, with Sydney Kramer just putting the burrito into her mouth. 2 large LED signs vertically hung on the wall, displaying the menu, but the left one was malfunctioning, showing glitching characters. You had to know the menu first to order, but it seemed everyone had already known about the food here in advance. I picked up a bottle of mango lassi and ordered a hot chai as well. I also had a chicken burrito, crispy fish taco, and a piece of garlic naan. The total came to $35, which was neither expensive nor cheap. Let's talk about the food. Mango lassi tasted good, very smooth. Not too sweet, not too dairy, but somewhat lacking in mango flavor. Chai also tasted good, but was far worse than what I had in New Delhi, Varanasi, Punjab, and anywhere else in India. It was a typical California understanding of Indian chai, sweet with some herbal flavor, disregarding the true combination of spices. Crispy fish taco. To avoid the crispy texture turning soft, I had this one first. It was good, but not as crispy as I had hoped. The taste was enhanced by the dressing and seasoning. The onion was marinated, sweet and sour, mixed with tomato dices and chopped cilantro, which gave me a very ethnic feeling. I could taste a hint of cumin and coriander seeds. It was well balanced and delicious. The only drawback was that it was too spicy, making me sweat. Chicken tikka masala burrito was wrapped in garlic naan and insulated foil, creating a massive roll that was much larger than I had imagined. The stuffing was substantial, both in portion and aroma. The chicken was tender and served in large chunks. The flavor was full of layers, with elements of sour, sweet, and herbs. Besides the chicken, it also had cucumber slices, pickled onion in pink color, and another small green slices I couldn't name. The entire burrito was juicy, but my poor eating skills resulted in curry getting all over my hands and the tissues I used, which was strewn across the table. The burrito was excellent, with nothing to be picky about. A solid 5 out of 5. Both dishes used naan as the wrapper, even though wheat tortillas are also made from the wheat flour like naan. They are entirely different. The naan used for the dishes was larger and thinner than normal naan, which I assumed was to make wrapping easier. It was softer and chewy. An excellent presentation. I ordered an extra naan to take home, and it was still in great condition after 1 minute of baking at 450 Fahrenheit. I gave the restaurant a rating 4 out of 5. The server was not very welcoming, the table was dirty, and I had to wipe it down before sitting down to eat. The restroom was also somewhat unclean, which contributed to the less than perfect score. Despite these minor drawbacks, the unique dishes and flavors at the Bombay Frankie company in west of Culver City made the visit well worth it.